Welcome everyone to the final round of the under-17 nationals in India. This is a very important tournament with some of the most talented Indian youngsters playing over here. On the left of your screen is Nandish vs. He is rated 2232, and on the right is Madhvendra Pratap Sharma, a very young boy born in 2013 while Nandish is born in 2008. This tournament is happening in Gujarat, and both Nandish and Madhvendra are on 8.5 points uh, out of 10 rounds. And there's also one more player on the second board, Viresh Sharnarthi, who is on 8.5 points. He's facing a stiff challenge in the form of Ethan Vaz as his opponent. You can see how Madhvendra is calmly adjusting each and every piece of his. He's already done it twice. He touches the board, takes the blessings of the chess pieces, and he's ready for the fight. I think he'll go on to become a great player. Meanwhile, Nandish has had 6 wins in a row after having not a great start. He was 2.5 out of 4 and then 6 wins in a row. Can he make it 7 is the question. He's white and he opens with pawn to d4. Let's see who becomes the under-17 national champion of India. And Madhvendra goes pawn to e6. Very tricky move. If e4, maybe he wants to go for the French defense. Knight f3 played by Nandish. And d5, Queen's Gambit declined kind of a structure. Will Nandish go for pawn to c4? No, he goes e3. So he's playing a symmetrical sort of a line here. And this is a slightly, you can say, an unambitious way to play as white. But also you are getting rid of opening theory, sharp opening theory. I remember the same system was used by Wei against Vidit Gujarati in the last round of the Tata Steel chess in Vaikanze in 2024. And I think it was really difficult for Vidit. He had lost the game. Bishop b2 is where Nandish wants to develop his bishop. Madhvendra is like, well, I'm going to repeat what you're doing. Bishop b2. And now bishop to b7 played. White castles. Pretty sure that Madhvendra will castle as well. But he breaks the symmetry. He goes knight d7. Brings his knight out. And now knight to e5 played. The knight is centrally well positioned, protected by the pawn and the bishop. And f4 might be the future idea. Pawn to c5 played by Madhvendra. And knight comes to d2. And now rook to c8. I'm actually curious. Why is black not castling? Maybe at some point he will. Pawn to f4 now, strengthening the knight in the center of the board. At the same time, weakening the e4 square a bit. A knight can settle down here. Pawn takes pawn. It does feel like white is slowly getting the small edge that he desired for. And now g6. It's a nice move because it limits the bishop. Also stops f5. Queen comes to e2. Now knight e4 no longer is possible as you will lose a pawn. Black castles here. And will Nandish now go for c4 break? No, he lifts his rook. He's going for rook h3. Madhvendra goes rook to c7. He needs to find some counterplay. Pawn to c3 played. Now, I didn't get this move particularly, like what is the point of it? But knight h5. Rook comes to f1. Doubling the rooks down the f5, protecting this pawn. Maybe g4 on the cards. Knight comes to f6. And what does Nandish do next? I'm so thrilled by this battle. He goes rook to h3. So his pawn is protected. Now he opens the h file with his rook. g4 coming in. Queen to e7. And let's go for the attack. Pawn to g4 played. Okay, this can get really nasty. Knight to g7 played here by Madhvendra. And Nandish goes knight f3. He's calmly trying to develop his position, but knight e4 is coming in. Maybe this wasn't the best. Perhaps much better was queen g2. Is now knight e4. He plays it. Good move by Madhvendra and he's back in the game. Now attacking the c3 pawn. Queen comes back to e1, but all of a sudden it's black who's on the offensive. f5. Very strong move, but Madhvendra has only 12 minutes on the clock. He goes h5. Whoa. What kind of a move is that? Maybe he wants to take back with the knight. But isn't that weakening the king? And this is intense. Now I'm curious, what will Nandish do here? He goes king h1, a very nice move. Keeping the tension, pawn takes pawn, taken by Madhvendra. You take back with the knight. And now threatening knight h6 with a deadly check. So knight h5 forced. But he goes knight f5. But now this allows knight g5 with a very, very powerful move. I'm actually curious. Knight g5 takes. If queen g5, then there is bishop takes f5 and knight h6, which is very powerful. But okay, Nandish goes knight f e5, allowing king g7, maybe rook h8 next. Maybe black is back here. What a game this is turning out to be, but 4 minutes only for Madhvendra. He goes king g7. Excellent move. And now knight to e3 played. Brings his knight back. And rook c8. Waiting there. The tension is mounting. The national championship is on the line. Who's going to blink first? Bishop takes e4. Pawn takes e4. Taken. Now he goes knight to g4. But can we go knight takes knight and then play rook h8? Or just directly rook h8? Black should have no issues here. It does feel like black's position is really, really good. In fact, even Madhvendra's clock time is now better than his opponent. He goes to rook h8. A good move. Maybe stronger was first to take and then play rook h8. Takes on h8. The only thing that's worrying me right now in the position is the move c4, which opens up the bishop to the king. And he does it. Nandish plays it. This is now, I think bishop a3, just try to trade it. Oh, he goes rook h3, but blunders here. Because c5 is a clear-cut piece that you can win. The bishop will be trapped. Oh my god, what a tactic. Take, and then a check to the king and you lose the bishop. But can Nandish find it in 4 minutes? He does find it. Whoa, what a move. And Madhvendra, well, he played so well. Bishop b8, he goes back, but now d5, d6. It's coming in, he pushes the pawn, and all of a sudden, the position is completely lost. d6 now. Beautiful chess played here. And, well, what does Madhvendra do? He goes queen e8. We are on move 30. King comes up to g2 by Nandish. He's attacking the rook. Pretty decent move. Maybe taking on e3. He takes with a check, but now king takes h3. You can win the exchange here. Although you are losing this. King takes. Knight f5. Because if knight f1, there was queen h4 with a forced mate. Knight f5. Queen c3. Again threatening a mate. Pawn to e5. The position is just breaking apart here. In time trouble. Queen takes e5. He takes on e5. Somehow Nandish was so alert in this time pressure. Bishop takes e5. And now bishop c8 played, trying to line up something. Madhvendra trying to be as tricky as possible. But Nandish calmly brings his king to g2. Knight h4 check. Okay, the bishop attacks the knight. It comes up king g3, attacking the knight here. Gives a check again, but now king f2. King goes back. And bishop comes up to d7. And pawn pushes forward to c6. That's a very smart move, because now I guess he can go d7 and the bishop is hanging and the pawn is queening and you can't save everything. Bishop d7 and after bishop b8, white is an entire rook up. Well, Madhvendra, he played like a champion today, but Nandish, he showed that he has better nerves. Knight d6 played. There's no 30 minutes increment after move 40, it seems, but that's not a problem. 30-second increment per move is good enough. And he takes on d7. And Madhvendra resigns there. Nandish becomes the national champion of India under 17. Madhvendra played so well. On the adjoining board, it was Ethan Vaz who was on 8 points, who managed to beat Viresh Sharnarthi, which means Nandish becomes the champion with half a point margin. A huge victory for Nandish and a huge victory for Hatson Chess Academy, the academy run by Grandmaster Vishnu Prasanna in Sivakasi, and that is, I think a great result. Also, Nandish, not the rating favorite in this tournament when you have players like Ethan Vaz, whose rating is 2522, to have Nandish with 2232 rating win it is really epic, and I congratulate the youngster for his wonderful performance. At the same time, Madhvendra, well, he's just 12 years old, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have many shots at the title, so he will definitely do well. And we also have an interview with Nandish that we did after this final round, which you can hear and get to know the youngster better.
So we have Nandish with us. He is the under 17 nationals champion. How do you feel about it?
I feel very great to win this tournament, and this is my first national champion.
And so how was the venue, how was the tournament for you?
Yeah, the tournament venue was very good. I liked the venue. It was very peace.
And yeah, so you played phenomenal. You crushed everyone. I think you had a 7 to 8 game win streak.
Yes, first 2 rounds I won, then I lost. Then after in 4th round I drew, and from 5th round to 11th round I won.
Oh, that's crazy. In the last round you beat the prodigy to clinch the title, Madhvendra. How was that game, the final game?
From the start the game was going quiet, then we both are getting into time pressure. Then
Then you just won.
No, then I attack. Then I take my piece off.
Oh, you activated your pieces.
Yes, I activated my pieces. Then slowly I attack on the king side. The position gets complicated, and we both were in time pressure. He made some mistakes. Then I converted.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you describe any one of your most beautiful game you felt like you played very beautifully? Any game you recollect?
Yeah, I played last 2 games against Vedant Garg and Madhvendra Pratap Sharma. I played my best, and the game was like one-sided.
Oh, that's amazing. And so would you like to tell about your training or your coach?
Yeah, I am currently working in Hatson Chess Academy. GM Vishnu Prasanna sir, GM Akash sir, Ganesh sir, Gautam KK sir, Gautam A sir, Ibrahim sir, everyone works and they help me a lot.
Okay, they will definitely be proud of you. Once again, congratulations on winning your first national title. I hope you all the best for the next tournaments.
Thank you.